Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfers Daily, the show that keeps up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. I'm back in the UK. Big apologies that we weren't able to bring you the show yesterday. I was traveling back the whole day. So back in the UK, the rest of the guys are still over there in Mexico. They're going to the big game today, the England game. But unfortunately, I had to come back. Big meeting I had to attend. So I had to get back for that one. Priorities first. But lucky for them, they're going to be out there in Mexico City. And a big game today for all of our Arsenal players. The ones that are playing for England, the ones that are playing for Brazil, the ones that are playing for Norway. Lots of representation from Arsenal players. Some of them could be coming home. Let's hope it's not the English players, but some of them could be coming home after today's game. And is that going to then start sparking more things happening in the transfer window? I mean, the big news yesterday was all about Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard seemingly in the news confirming what we've been talking about over the past week or so, which is he is going to join Besiktas over there in Turkey. A fee of around about £17 million, which is not bad when you consider he's 31 years of age. We paid 20 million plus add-ons, which took it up to about 27 million pounds way over 3 years ago. We've definitely got value for money because he's been a brilliant player for Arsenal. Brilliant player for us over the seasons. He's been one of them clutch players, always comes on, always delivers, comes up with big goals. And for a player that we only paid that amount of money for, he has far outperformed, what we bought, for the fee that we paid for him. And it just goes to show it's not always about paying 100 million, 80 million, 90 million. It's about being smart in the transfer window. And Leandro Trossard has been a great player for us. And I'm going to be sad to see him go. And he's going to be a very big hole to fill. You know what I mean? Because as I said, he's had so many big moments for Arsenal. Now, does this now mean that it's the green light for Andrea Berta, for Mikel Arteta to go out there and get some of those big players that we're looking to bring in? Could it be Morgan Rogers or could it be Bradley Barcola? Either of those in that left wing position are going to cost probably over £100 million. It's going to be a big investment, but is the time coming when one of those players is going to be coming in? Because it's been quite slow so far in the transfer window for Arsenal. All right, we get it. Of course, the World Cup is going on. That slows things right down. But now are we going to see some movement? Could Arsenal first move for Christos Tzolis? We've spoken about this player, Greek player, plays for Club Brugge, had an unbelievable season. Look at his stats, 22 goals and 29 assists. That is insane stats, but we have to caution the fact that it's over there in the Belgium league. No disrespect to that, but it's not the Premier League. But we know that Arsenal have been showing a lot of interest in him. The fee is going to be around about the 30, 35, 34 million pound mark, that sort of thing. Are Arsenal finally going to move and maybe get this Christos Tzolis deal over the line? Or is it going to be Morgan Rogers? Or is it going to be Bradley Barcola? Both of those, of course, still at the World Cup. Barcola progressing through again yesterday when France beat Paraguay. Going to be very interesting to see now that we know that Leandro Trossard is moving on. Or could Arsenal be going back in for a player that they've targeted for a very long time but have not been able to get? According to the Spanish publication, Victories, they claim that Arsenal could trigger the release clause for Nico Williams. That release clause is said to be 90 million euros. That's around about 77 million pounds. Remember, they put that release clause in place last year, Athletic Bilbao, because they wanted to fend off Barcelona, who were trying to buy him. They extended his contract to 2035, basically made him untouchable. But now there's talk again that, Arsenal could make a bid. I wasn't even sure, that this release clause was only 90 million euros. I thought it was more than that. But according to what physios are saying, they're saying that that's what the release clause is, 77 million pounds. He's had a real injury hit season. Even for Spain, he hasn't really been starting games in this World Cup. We know that he's been an excellent player for Athletic Club over the years, but Is he what Arsenal needs right now? Is he going to be the player to come in and do the business? Or has the injury set him back? Still only 23. We know that he's been Mikel Arteta's #1 target for a very long time. But Physio is claiming that Arsenal could trigger that release clause. That's going to be very interesting to see whether Arsenal do that or not. We know that Arsenal are looking for young, excellent players from around the world, and they are focusing in on Breno Bidon, according to Football Dayton. Now, this guy's no stranger to Arsenal. Arsenal have been looking at bringing him into the club in previous transfer windows. 21 now, an established player for Corinthians over there in Brazil, a Brazil under 20 international as well, and already won 3 Brazilian titles at that age, playing for Corinthians. Seen as one of Brazil's top talents. Long contract, though, with Corinthians at the moment, and they have a £85 million release clause in place. He's not going to cost that. They've just put that in place to make sure they get real big value off of him. Of course, he'll be way, way less than that. But there are a lot of clubs looking at him. Atalanta, Manchester United, and also Arsenal interested in Breno Bidon. But he is being mentioned again today as a possible target for Arsenal. Another young player that's been linked with Arsenal is this guy. He goes by the name of Tomás Aranda. He's Argentinian. And according to the publication El Intransigente, they claim that Arsenal are interested in the 19-year-old midfielder. Again, seen as a real top prospect in Argentina, playing for one of their iconic clubs in Boca Juniors, a central midfielder, very creative player. He also has a release clause. This one's a lot more sensible, said to be around about £15 million. But again, a very young player. Personally, I don't know anything about him, but the scouts are looking at him heavily. The scouts are interested in him, and a lot of clubs around Europe as well. And he's one of the players that Arsenal are taking a look at. Tomás Aranda. Remember the name. Now, I'm sure you all know this next name because he's playing at the World Cup, and he's also been an established player for Barcelona over the past few years, won titles with them, won lots of things with them, and that is Jules Koundé. Very, very talented and experienced right back. Now, you'd have thought that Barcelona, no chance of selling him, that he'd be one of the untouchables, but according to Team Talk, they say that he could leave Barcelona this summer to help them fund their rebuilding of the team. I'm still trying to work out where Barcelona have been getting all this money from for a team that's supposed to have all these financial restrictions. Spent £80 million on Gordon. They've been buying other players as well, but maybe they could balance that out by selling players. According to Team Talk, he's been offered to Arsenal. And listen, he's an excellent player. I mean, watching him yesterday playing against Paraguay, defended really well. Of course, he knows Saliba well as well. Top player, as I can say, a top player for Barcelona. As I said, I'd be very surprised if they wanted to sell him, but Team Talk saying they would. We know that Ben White could be leaving the club this summer. And if Arsenal could bring in a Jules Koundé, I mean, that would be a perfect replacement. But would Jules Koundé move to then be in competition with a Urian Timber we know is excellent? And at the moment, I'd have starting over him. I mean, Jules Koundé, who's been starting at Barcelona, wherever he goes, he's going to want to start if they indeed are willing to let him go. So I'm not sure about this one at all. I really have my doubts on it, but it's one of those ones that's out there today, so we got to report it. Jules Koundé to Arsenal. Would you like Jules Koundé at Arsenal? Or do you look on it and say, bro, you ain't going to start £60 million plus. Let's use the money elsewhere. Let me know in the comments below. So listen, we're back. Keeping you up to date with all of the transfer rumors, back in normal time as well. I'll tell you, I must have had about 2 hours sleep today, man. The time difference, the jet lag's done my head in. But we are back every day, normal time now, with Transfer Daily. So make sure you check it out each and every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andre from Oxford Natural. If you're looking to make a change, improve metabolism, energy, sleep, take Optimum Day and Optimum Night.
These have helped me so much in my weight loss journey. The Optimum Day helps you with your metabolism burn during the day, and the Optimum Night helps you to have a good night's sleep. These have been brilliant for me. And if you're interested,
take our 90-day challenge.
click the link in the description and you can get 70% off with your first order.